Hi, and welcome to a brand new episode of Tech Your Business. And today on Tech Your Business, we'll be talking, I think, something about that's like the core of this podcast. We're talking today with Andrew Bolton. Andrew Bolton is the CEO and co founder of TechRescue. So, what does TechRescue do? TechRescue is a 24/7 support company that helps seniors, families, and small businesses solve their tech problems. So, they're just like a call away. So, if you're going to talk to us about that. We've been chatting for so long, I forgot we were supposed to be having a podcast. So I just hit record. So welcome to the show, Andrew.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. So can you tell us a bit about yourself? What led you to start this business, Tech Rescue?
Well, my background is in finance. I was originally a derivatives broker and trader, specializing in finance and technology. I went into hedge funds, did private equity and venture capital, and then one day this kind of just appeared out of nowhere. My father asked me how to forward an email. My grandmother's been asking me how to work Facebook since it started, and it just kind of serendipity just kind of fell into place. Um, what we do is we bring humans back to the conversation in regards to support, right? So when you're in a situation, whether it's your bank, your insurance company, your car insurance, whatever it may be, you call a number and you're waiting 20 minutes. You have a maze, you have numbers. Press one for English, two for Spanish, three for whatever, and then you have to find your way to wherever it is that you're going. Not with us. You give us a call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You get somebody on the phone. We have become, as a society, so optimized and so focused on efficiency that we have lost touch with one another. And for somebody who doesn't believe me, all I have in terms of evidence to suggest is one, go outside anywhere and see how many people are actually outside. Number two, are they actually enjoying the moment or are they on their phones? Number three, look at the quality of programming that we have. How many of people actually enjoy going to the movies? How many people actually like going to watch Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus? We have been so focused, I would say, for the past 15 years on capital acquisition, generating alpha, that we have forgotten everything that we have started businesses for, which was to do something in the world, to either help people or make it better or more efficient. We have been so focused on the alpha, the generating alpha, capital acquisition, that we have forgotten everything about business and mostly humanity, which is where TechRescue comes in. My business really shouldn't exist. If you think about it, we really shouldn't exist, because if every company cared about their customer and every company cared as much as we do about our customer, then you would have great customer service. You would have somebody always there to answer a question. You would have
Yeah.
somebody there to help solve a problem. But what do you have? You have chatbots, you have call robots, you have libraries of videos and articles on supposedly how to fix your problem. And then at the very bottom, you get that, did this help you? No, it didn't help me. I'm still here looking to solve my problem. I'm glad I spent 15 minutes reading absolute garbage, but my problem hasn't gone away. So now what do you do? Well, we call Tech Rescue. Tech Rescue exists for that reason. My company exists because other companies do not care about their customers. As a customer of, let's say, any other company, you are a number, you are an account number, and you are a bottom line. I have personally called our customers on my cell phone because I heard a phone call that did not go the way I wanted it to. Somebody did not get the answers that they were looking for. Somebody did not get the help that they asked for. I take it upon myself to call you up immediately as soon as I'm aware of it, and I will ask you, how can I, the owner of the company, make this better? How can I fix this? How can I make this right for you? How can I help you? And the question that I ask when I get on the phone with somebody is, how can I make your next visit as great as possible? Because I'm going to take the assumption that you're coming back. I'm calling you to fix the problem because I'm taking the assumption that I want you to come back. Your business is important to me. So I take that attitude with every call that we have, every customer we have. So That's where we are because of what we're doing in the world.
Interesting, because I think what you've mentioned, I have experienced that a lot. I think these days it's even difficult to open support tickets. Most services don't even put their emails out anymore because you have a
No,
problem. They tell you to go up, type the problem, and it's giving you a solution. You click on the solution, it's not really the solution, and then you go round and round and round and round. So I see where you really come
there's a
in.
lot of companies, not just here in the United States, but a lot of companies worldwide have taken away their contact information because they do not want you to call them. If you, I have a challenge for the audience. Go to your favorite companies, your favorite businesses. Look to find out where you can call for customer support. What's the number? What's the email address? 855-250-8586. Help at techrescue.io. Very simple. Help at techrescue.io. 24-hour call center here in the United States. You have a problem at 3 o'clock in the morning, we're up. We're having coffee. I have 3 shifts running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. On the inside of our standard operating procedure in big red letters is every call is somebody's most important person.
Mm.
You signed up your mother, your nana, your auntie. That person's part of my family now because that person is important to you. That person is important to me. So when they call in the second page, because there's our cover sheet on the second page, it says every call is somebody's most important person. Every call, every single call. And if you don't take that mentality when we're interviewing candidates to work for our company, you don't make it, period. If you don't take that attitude, you're not going to make it here. We treat our people very well. We treat our people very well. But empathy and just caring are the main criteria that we have. I don't care about your background. I don't care about your experience. Are you a good person on the phone? Are you going to make this person's day better? Are you going to do that? That's all I care about. Because when you call us, our business model is how you feel after the call. That's our business model. The most important thing to me is how that customer feels when they hang up the phone. That's the only thing that I care about. Did they leave with the problem fixed? And do they feel good about it? Are they going to call us back? Are they going to be our go to person? Are they going to hear about our name and go, you would not believe how good they helped me? You would not believe how fast they solved this problem. You will not believe how nice of people they are on the phone. They are the nicest people. That's all I want to hear. That is all I want to hear.
Interesting. So now, I think listening to the whole conversation we've had, one reason why a lot of businesses refuse to have their contact information facing outwards is, like you said, most people are just interested in generating revenue or increasing their profits and taking off that human support. At least that's one person of the payroll or a couple of people of the payroll that they can
Mhm.
automate, like yeah, you said. But now, having this model of having technically at least technically comfortable people answering the calls of your customers, how are you able to make this how are you able to make the numbers add up in the way these other corporates can't do it?
Because we started with that as the core model. We started that as the core pillar, and everything else is built around it. If it ain't built around that model, then I don't want to talk about it. Then it's not in our wheelhouse. We don't do chatbots. We don't do robotic calls. If it ain't in our wheelhouse, we don't touch it. And if we stay small, then we stay small. But as long as we are able to provide a service that is recommendable by other people, then that's what I care about. You will not lose business by doing right by your customers. You're not going to lose business.
Yeah.
Are you going to be are you going to be a conglomerate bakery instead of the best bakery in Brooklyn? Probably not that way. Probably not that way. You probably will not be a conglomerate. You probably will not be a $1 billion company. But what you will be is the most talked about, the most sought after, and the most reputable bakery in all of Brooklyn. And you will be known for what you do because that is what you do. Period. End of discussion. And if we are hindered by that, okay. At the end of the day, there's something that I have that they don't have. I have a grandmother that beat into me the idea of any more money than what you need is just showing off. So the question is, how much do I want to show off?
Yeah.
My company is paid for. My employees are well paid. Everybody gets a paycheck when the payroll rolls around. We're swimming. We're growing. We're swimming. And as long as my people are okay, am I going to be as Facebook? No, I'm never going to be as big as Facebook. Do I want to be? No. If we get there, okay, it happened. And we'll have a conversation along the way when that happens. But I truly, honestly believe, not only in my gut, but from the numbers that I'm looking at, treating your customers the way that we've been doing it for the past 15, 20 years is not sustainable. I don't even have a Netflix account. I ended my Netflix account 3 months ago.
Well,
There's nothing on. There's no quality. When was the last show that you really like were hooked on on Netflix? When was the last show you were hooked to?
I think
But guess what? They treat their people like they're not going to go anywhere. I hate to say it, but YouTube's a very big competitor,
yeah.
and it's free. There is more content being put on YouTube in terms of things that range from gaming to people making their own movies. Star Wars, you know how many really good films that were just on somebody's laptop that I've watched that are better than what Disney has made billions on? There's a kid. I don't know if I'm legally allowed to say any, like give specifics, but there's a guy out in California. He's one of the biggest Star Wars fans I've ever seen on YouTube. And he got permission from George Lucas himself to do something. And his content, him and his laptop and him and his friends in whatever studio software that they're doing, is 10 times better than the entire new trilogy and everything that they've made in Star Wars from Disney.
Well,
And they're $1 billion budget. You want to know why? Because he cares about the story. He cares about the content. He cares about the customer. He cares about the fan base that he's addressing. He created something that was being screamed for by his audience, by his content. And what did he do? He delivered it. He gave them exactly what they wanted. And he's booming. He's booming. When companies look at people as account numbers, as statistics, you treat your product like an account number and a statistic. How many versions of Oreos do we have in the grocery store? How many Oreos are there? There's red ones, there's blue ones, there's big ones, there's mega big, there's stuff, there's double stuff, mega stuff. There's holiday, there's cotton candy, there's black and I mean, like how many Oreos do you need to make? Because you're looking at the statistics. Oh, people bought this, so let's do that. People bought this, so let's do that. Why not just ask your customers? Why not just ask your customers? Oreo is a great cookie. You don't need to keep messing with it.
sure.
But this is what happens when we look at numbers instead of understanding the numbers. We chase alpha. We chase generation of profits. We chase this capital acquisition, and we don't know what we're doing in the process. Every action has a consequence. And over the past 15 years, we're now seeing the consequences of what we're doing. One, there's no original thought in music or in movies or TV. All right. How many versions of the same story we're going to make? If you don't believe me, how many versions of Spider-Man and Batman have you watched? Tell me, how many more versions of the same story? How many versions of Batman do I need to see?
Okay, so I think that those are some actually very interesting points that you've made. So now I want to go to the other part of this. A lot of your audience, a lot of your demographics, they're people who own businesses, so they are business owners, and they get frustrated by these same things everyone else gets
Mm-hmm.
frustrated with. But the thing is, a lot of them, because they can't really find a way out or an affordable way out, a lot of them try to sort out these tech issues that they encounter by themselves. They just do DIY or things like that. So I don't know if you've experienced that or you have anything to say about that.
So for our small business model that we have pizzerias, delis, laundromats, bodegas. If you were to sit back and watch a shop, you're dealing with people that, all right. For example, in my near hometown in New Jersey, the bagel shop opens up at 5 o'clock. All right, the guys who are making the bagels are probably up at 3:30, 4 o'clock, getting their day ready to go to the store to open up so hot, fresh bagels can be made. Right, when the bagels are being made for the fresh daily routine of everybody going off to the train to go to work, you really don't have a lot of time. You got to keep moving. I would say by around maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock, you get slow, but then you can't really be slow because you're getting ready to do the lunch menu. You're getting ready to do the lunch crowd. So when are you going to really work on your website? When are you going to fix that router? When are you going to connect that second line that's in the kitchen that you've been putting off for how many weeks? Because I'm trying to get it done, but I don't have time. This is where we come in. Simple.
Yeah.
It's easy. Dial the number. As long as you have data, Bluetooth, or Wi-Fi, I can get to you. I can fix and I can help wherever. If you can get to me, I can get to you. Period. End of discussion. So what we do is we allow you on a monthly subscription or an annual subscription is to buy back your time. Small businesses, the number one commodity that they don't have is time. And for a small fee, a manageable fee, we are able to give you back your time. Because you have to stop what you're doing, right? You have to stop what you're doing, pick up the phone or go on your computer, then find whatever it is that you're looking for, listen to the options. And how long is that? Maybe 15 minutes? 15 minutes just to start. Now we're taking care of the problem if we can do it. Now, did you call it during business hours? Did you get the right person on the phone? Did they transfer you to another department? Did you call the right number? Now we have all these things moving around. And if you're on the computer, now you got somebody up at the front leaning over, like, hey, what's the price of this? Or, hey, do we have that? And now you got to get up and go look. And now you got to do this. And now you got to do that. I get it all day long with our calls. I listen to all the calls that come in. That we pull samples every day. Every day I listen to the sample pullings and I hear everything that's going on. People don't have time. They get frustrated. They get angry. They're trying to move on, which is why on the core value that we have in our company is that every call is a hot call. Somebody's calling in because they're frustrated. I tell all my employees that get on the phone, do not think this is going to be fun and easy. You can make it that way depending on how you turn a situation. And a lot of our employees have gotten very good at selling. They've gotten very good at pivoting. They've gotten very good at negotiating because when every single call you get is upset, angry, or frustrated, you're going to get very good at dealing with that. You're going to get
Yeah.
very, very good. For example, on a 8-hour shift, on an 8-hour shift for one of my employees, they'll receive anywhere between 170 on a good day to about 350 on a hot day. If you were to take 350 hot calls, frustrated, angry, confused, annoyed, everything in between, in about a month time, you are going to be the damn best near negotiator in any company that you move to. Because all day long you're dealing with hot. all day. 90-mile-an-hour fastball comes straight down the center at you every time. You're going to get very good at that, which is also why we treat our people very well, because we know the job that they do. We know what they're dealing with on a daily basis, which is why we heavily, heavily support them. Heavily support them, and we have very, very lucrative packages for our people, because we know that at the end of the day, if they're good, our business will be good. Because when they're good on the phone, I'm going to brag. I'm going to brag a little bit. Not one of my competitors can touch me. You're not going to do it. Not because you're bigger, not because you have more money, because you don't have my people. You ain't going to touch me. And I'm only getting bigger, and I'm only getting stronger, and I'm only getting better. Because the most important thing that we look for isn't the stats. I don't care how many calls you can do. I don't care how fast your problem solving skills are. I want to know, are you the type of person that I can leave my mother on the phone with? Are you going to treat my mother the way that I treat her? And if the answer is no, then you ain't working for me, period. Is your mother still alive?
Oh yeah, yeah, she is.
If your mother called you and said that she had some nasty person from said company, what would you do? You wouldn't buy from that company.
Definitely.
If your mother tells you that this person gave me an attitude from this company,
Done with them.
and every time you hear that name, whatever company it is, my mother had a bad time. My mother. Oh, believe me, I know the power of that statement. I know the power of that statement. So I make sure that the people that we have in place are the right people that we have in place, because every call is somebody's most important person. As I said, it's number 2. It's page number 2 in our handbook. Every call is somebody's most important person, because if you don't take that mindset, you're not going to take this job the right way. And my customers are the most important thing to me. And this is where technology has made it where my business thrives. Yes, I am a human side to this, because we have made it so that there's too much technology. There is too much artificial intelligence. There is too much fake garbage out there, and people are tired of it. I exist because of it. If you don't believe me, then why do I exist? Why am I profitable?
Okay. Yeah. So I think yeah, another thing is for the same business owners we talk about, for a lot of them, you mentioned that a lot of them want to take time off trying to fix a router, trying to fix this tech problem and that problem. And a lot of the time, it's because they feel that when they don't spend money, they are saving money. So now, so now, how can we quantify this cost of taking your time off what you're meant, what you signed up to do, to focus on your business, doing these other things in terms of time, in terms of money, in terms of
Well, that's
missed
easy.
opportunities?
That's easy. Anybody can do it. Take time off from your job, write down the time you started versus the time you finished to go back to your job. How much is your daily, how much are you worth every day? Every business owner knows how much they are worth every single day of every single minute, because their profit margins are based off of that, because you were able to price out your employees based off of that number, right? Are you paying your employees $15 an hour, $18 an hour, $20 an hour? You know this because you, the business owner, have valued what your time is worth. All right. So
Yeah.
write down your time, the value. Write down the time you started versus the time that you finished. And that's how much money you spent on that whatever it is.
Mm.
I promise you, you're not going to be cheaper than me.
All right. So now looking at on that point too, what range are your support packages for businesses, for small businesses?
So we have a month to month subscription plan, and then we have a full year plan. So right now we're priced at $50 US on a month to month basis. You can cancel anytime, 30-day money back guarantee, no questions asked. I'm not going to fight you. You want to try it out? Fantastic. If it's not for you, okay. Now, if you want to spend the annual subscription and get it over with, that's fantastic too. You're saving 30% on it. You're saving over 30% on the $400 for a month. But what you're getting for that is peace of mind. You're knowing that at any given moment, you have a problem, you can call me 855-250-8586, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including Easter Sunday, the Super Bowl, and the World Cup finals.
Wow.
You can call me. Because here in
Wow.
America, we don't watch soccer. So we have that ability. We have that ability to take care of it. So we are priced that is reasonable for the small business and the average consumer to be able to afford. Now, I've gotten the question different times. What happens if you're outpriced? I'm sorry that I'm doing the very best I can to cover the people that we have and to make sure that we provide a great service for as many people who can get it as possible. Would I like to do it for free? Absolutely. But I got people who are I'm responsible for. I have families that I provide for. So we do the very best that we can. And if we get more traction and we get more, notoriety and we grow, maybe we can start lowering our prices to economies of scale. I would love that. I would love to do that. And that's my goal as a CEO is to get big enough where I can start lowering prices and match the economies of scale of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And for our small businesses, as we grow, we learning new things about what they need as a small business. And we're constantly adapting. We're constantly putting in new information. We are constantly learning new things. Like I mentioned 3 months ago, our senior care facilities, we found out that we were doing more video games than we were doing anything else. So we're learning new things in real time as we're processing and we're fixing problems as we go along. And as technology grows, our service will be even more needed because things are getting smarter. Entire houses are being controlled from a smartphone. Lawn care services, house, lights, TV, television, um, the washer, the dryer, the coffee pot. You all can control it from a phone. The more complicated we make it, the harder it is for people to understand. The more money, the more business that we're going to do because the more complicated you make it, somebody's going to get lost. And we're here to help guide somebody that got lost. So the more people that get lost, the more business we're going to do. So we're in this perpetual cycle that no matter which way you shake it, we're going to be needed. We're a
Yeah.
needed asset.
Okay, so now I think you mentioned your price is starting at $50 a month, which I think is very affordable. So how did you determine this price point?
Oh, Jesus. So the thing of a business owner is you think you know what you're worth, right? You have an idea
Hmm.
of like what you should be pricing it out of. And then the market's going to give you a hard reality check. The market is going to tell you what it wants and not want.
Yeah.
And we went through analysts, we went through economists, we went through our board of directors, we went through our board of advisors, we hired outside consultants, we hired outside analysts, we studied the market, we studied our competitors, and eventually, based off of extensive reports, we came up with a sweet spot that allows us to be priced effectively.
Hmm.
But the main point of that that statement was what I thought and what the market gave me were two different numbers.
Hmm.
You cannot be so rigid to outthink the market. Ain't gonna happen. Sorry. The market will tell you what it will want. And if you're
Yeah.
not susceptible and you're not willing to play by those rules, you're going to find out some hard lessons very quickly. Not everybody's Rolex. Not everybody is Rolls Royce. Is Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce doesn't advertise. When's the last poster you ever saw of a Rolls Royce? They don't. They don't
Never.
advertise. You know what they do? They go to yacht shows. They go to
Hmm.
private jet launches, and they park their lineup right there. They just roll. They just bring the cars right there. Hey, by the way, you're buying a $50 million plane. Why don't you match it with the car that you want to arrive in? You're spending $50 million on a plane. What's half a million? Great advertising,
Yeah.
perfect marketing. You're willing to spend $100 million on a boat, half a million. Understanding your market and understanding how to talk to it is the biggest difference in the world. And that's what Rolls Royce and Rolex did. They understood their market and they understood where they need to be, and they never changed their method after that. Because guess what? They are where they are.
Yeah. Okay. So now I think one question that might come up, talking about your business model with new, especially with new people, is a lot of people are wary about giving out their about security, giving out their login details, things like they're giving access to their system. So how do you address these concerns, especially with new clients?
Well, everything we have is third party encrypted, triple encrypted. We use bank security software. Anything now with credit cards are mostly done with third parties. So Apple, MasterCard, American Express, these things have their own protective layers to them to begin with. And for anybody that's really concerned about all their other privacy, how many automatic sign-ins do you have? If you go to your email address, do you just log in or do you have to re-log in every time? When you go to your Grubhub order box, do you just sign in or do you have to manually sign in? If your phone automatically just goes straight onto the apps, by the way, your data is available anytime, anywhere. So I don't have to steal it. You've
Yeah.
put it out there for anybody. Anytime you send an email with your signature down at the bottom of your email outside of your friends, family, and your coworkers, you've left that network and entered a separate network. There are viruses that live on the channels, that live on that ecosystem, that don't penetrate. They just wait for you to pass by and they scratch you. And now they're scraping your information as that email passes right through them, goes into that inbox. They just sit on top of the inbox on the outside dark web and just scan as it goes in. So if you're worried about your security, I am the least of your worries. Everything you're doing on a multiple daily basis is far more dangerous than what I'm doing, because what I have all my multiple third parties that are responsible for their security process. And then my security is that when we're done with what we're doing, we cannot gain access to your computer again or your tablet or your phone.
Mm,
You cannot gain access ever again because that encryption has been destroyed. When you leave that channel, when you leave the conversation that we have as we're fixing the problem, once you leave it, that encryption shuts off, it evaporates, it's destroyed. I can't touch it ever again. We have to start the whole process all over again out of safety. So, to answer your question, how can somebody feel safe? I have everything in place that prevents me from ever gaining access to you ever again.
mm,
You, the individual, have more data out there out in the open than I would know what to do with as a bad guy, right? So for AI, every video that you have on your Instagram where your voice is public, an AI can read your voice patterns and create a chatbot that sounds exactly like you.
yeah.
Sorry, you did it to yourself. There's enough pictures of you out there on your social media pages that somebody can put together a highlight reel and make a video out of it. AI is getting that good. Sona from ChatGDP is getting good enough to be able to do things like that. In the next 5 years, it will be scary, the scams that will be placed out into the
Yeah.
marketplace. Right now in the United States, $8 billion have been stolen from seniors 65 and older in the past year and a half because scams have been getting that good. So, somebody worrying about what I'm doing, that is the least of your concerns. You, as the consumer, have been literally handing everything over to everybody willingly.
Okay. So I think one topic you've been passionate about throughout this interview that I've noticed has been supporting seniors, making sure that they're comfortable, that they're well taken care of while handling technology, while being supported with their technology use. So now, with the lessons from supporting your demographic, your target audience, what lessons can you give to these other companies who are taking out their chats, taking out their phone numbers, taking out their contact details? What advice can you give to them to make support, technical support, less intimidating for this non-technical crowd?
Don't don't do it. It keeps my business flourishing. Keep doing what keep doing what you're doing. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Don't worry about me. Don't no. You just y'all keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about me. I'm 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 nobody. Don't worry about it. But to answer your question directly is well, I mean, if you're treating your people, if you're treating your customers like they're your piggy bank instead of your customers, then there's nothing I can say or do that's going to change your mind. If you're going to try to revamp your business model to not chase profit but chase, customer success, you're not going to do it because your business model is based off of profitability and based off of capital acquisition. It's not based off of customer sentiment. It's not going to be that way. My capital appreciation and my profitability is based on my customer satisfaction, is based on my customer experience. My model is reversed. I don't care if I lose money. I'd rather somebody have a great experience and get the help that they need, so that way that they can praise us over a profitable quarter or a profitable month. That doesn't mean anything in the long run. 1 month of profit is not longevity. Because if we're losing money, but our customer satisfaction ratings across the board are going up, now we have different discussions to be had, right? We now have an inversion somewhere and we have a bottleneck somewhere. Now we can look at many different things. But if my numbers are going up and my customer satisfaction is going down, I promise you in a short period of time, whether that's a quarter, a year, a month, those numbers will match. Your profitability cannot go above your customer satisfaction in an reciprocal way. It cannot do that. Now, you can have parallels, right? Your profitability is better than your customer satisfaction, right? But as your customer satisfaction goes, that ebbs and flows follows along. But you cannot have an inversion for very long. It will not last. I promise you.
So I think make customer satisfaction the priority. So I think I've enjoyed this conversation so far. So for listeners who are interested in learning more about you, learning more about TechRescue, or probably signing up with you, what's the best way, or what are the best ways they can reach out?
Yeah. So the best way to reach us is 855-250-8586, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Customer service, customer support, 24 hours a day. Help at techrescue.io or go to www.techrescue, one word, .io. And all of our social media and all of our information is on our website, our story, our history, some great tips, advice. Our social media channels are full of great tips, articles, and things that we're learning as we're going along. There's a lot of things that can be done in terms of profitability over the long term. And the most important lesson I can give the business owners to start really thinking about is how you treat your customer is how they're going to treat your pocketbook. That's simple as that. How you treat your customers is how they treat your bottom line. Period.
Okay, so I think I love that second way. How you treat your customers is how they're going to treat your bottom line. So for anyone who wants to reach out to TechRescue, who you'd have the phone number, the email help at techrescue.io and the website in the show notes and at the bottom of the screen. So you can reach out and continue this conversation. So thank you so much for coming on Tech Your Business today.
Oh, thank you, Peter. Thank you for having us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. And for the listeners, I hope you learned a bit today about what is most important, your customers and nothing else. So till next week, when we're back with a brand new episode, don't forget to keep taking your business. Bye for now.